Hello, my name is Seth and welcome to my blog. Today I'm going to be going over the MPAA, the Motion Picture Association of America. Now when you associate the MPAA or acknowledge it, you'll usually think of movie ratings and what they signify and all that stuff. So I'm going to go into detail and do an overview. Before I begin, let me go over the ratings and how they work. So let's start from the bottom. G. G is general audience, so anybody could see it. There's nothing to offend the parents or anything like that, and anybody could watch it. PG means parental guidance, so there may be, the content is a little bit stronger than a G rating, so there may be some swear words, mild violence. G and PG tend to be kids' movies, so then we step it up to PG13, which is
parents are strongly cautioned.
And that means that there may be drug content, there's violence, there's language, there may be some suggestive material. Step it up to R, and R stands for restricted. The violence is stronger, the language is more graphic, there might be more nudity, more drugs, more sex. Next up, NC-17, the more rare rating that most filmmakers dread to receive. It stands for no children under 17 admitted. So everybody always asks what's the difference between an R and an NC-17. R means if you're under 17, you could go with a parent. NC-17 means you can't go. So who are they? People have been asking this question ever since it started in the 60s. Who is the MPAA? It used to be run by Jack Valente, the chairman, and Joan Graves, who runs the ratings board. But the ratings board, besides Joan Graves, are private, so it's anonymous to protect their name from influence. And basically, there's the anonymous parents rate a movie based on the content that the average American parent would apply that rating for. So let me break down the submission process for you. I've learned from observation how the process works. Make your movie. You call the MPAA and send it in. They screen it. The parents give it a rating based on the content. They give you a call back, and if you disagree, you can re-edit it or go to appeals. So let's talk about the inconsistencies, the hypocrisy with violence and sexual content. I've noticed that in Europe it's the other way around. In America they're more okay with violence and more against sexual content and sometimes language, which is kind of odd, but it's Hollywood and it might be gimmicky to have a bunch of violence in a PG-13, but if there's several swear words and some sexual content, that gets an R. There's a lot of inconsistencies. There are even 80s movies that if they were released today, they would probably get a PG-13. That includes The Breakfast Club, Stand By Me, and Rain Man. If you take those three movies, you would realize, well, if those came out today, and those were movies in the 80s, they probably would get a PG-13 rating. If you think about it, think about the content. Breakfast Club, there's only some language and brief drug use. With Rain Man, there's a couple sexual situations and some language, and then with Stand By Me, there's no violence, there's peril in the movie, and then there's some strong language, and that's about it.
In fact, if Stand By Me were made today, it would almost certainly be a PG-13 movie. And I remember we were all really upset that it was rated R because we felt that it was really unfair and really unreasonable to give the rating that the ratings board did. And I think we came out about a year before they introduced PG-13, which would have saved us, I think.
Over the decades, the ratings have changed the way we see movies and all this other stuff, and it's really strange. So what can we learn from this? Well, we can learn that movie ratings are very useful to parents in giving information about what's appropriate to show your kid and what isn't, and knowing the maturity of the kids, of your audience. If you're a parent and your kid says, well, I want to see this movie, but it has a certain rating, or it has this word or this scene in it, then parents should evaluate it and, evaluate the movie and see if it's appropriate or not. It's all about the parents' judgments. The ratings have no real legal standing or anything like that. So that's my video. I wanted to keep it as brief and informative as I could, but if you enjoyed this video, feel free to give it a like and leave a comment below if you have any requests or any questions, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright, thanks for watching.